Hey everyone, welcome to Flavours and Friends. I'm Melrose, originally hailing from the vibrant streets of KwaZulu-Natal, specifically Umlazi. My journey led me to Pretoria for studies, and now I find myself navigating the bustling streets of Johannesburg for work. Growing up, I wasn't exactly the culinary enthusiast you might expect. As a youngest and a bit spoiled last born in my family, cooking wasn't high on my priority list. My mother and grandmother took care of everything, and if hunger struck, girl, I'd opt for an extra bite rather than stepping into the kitchen. Fast forward to today, and every holiday season, I find myself donning the chef's hat at family gatherings. It's become a tradition that even surprises my uncle, given my former aversion to cooking. This channel is your ticket to join me on a roller coaster of experiences, from the heart of my home to exploring the diverse landscapes of our beautiful country. I'll be whipping up delicious creations and sharing the joy of cooking with those nearest and dearest to me. Expect to tag along on adventures, catch glimpses of my daily life, and dive into conversations about the challenges we all face. It's more than just about food. It's a celebration of life, friendship, and the shared human experience. So, buckle up and get ready for a journey filled with flavors, laughter, and a whole lot of heart. And hey, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this channel with your friends and family. Let's make this journey together, one recipe at a time. So, let's get started with why we're here today. This was last night, right? The second day of a new month, and I decided I was craving Morogo, so I went to go buy that as well as pap. So I took my beef and I washed it, and then I put in a few spices that I like. My top 4 favorite would be my 6-gun, my cayenne pepper, as well as paprika. So I just wanted to marinate my meat first, mixed it up with some cooking oil, and I already had the stove switched on. And mind you, I literally had 45 minutes to get this meal ready. So at some point you're going to see some drama, and I'm not going to mention more. So once you're done with chopping your onions and tomato, you are going to wash your morogo because you don't want any sand in your food. So a little few things about me. I always like to clean as I go so that it's easier for me to manage my kitchen. And I also love trying out new spices, guys. Like every time I walk into a grocery store and I see a spice I've never used before, I would definitely try it. I'm also such a big fan of different types of sauces. Like, it's insane. Anyway, back to the business. I added my paprika as well as my cayenne pepper and 6-gun again to my meat once it started frying. Guys, I had to cook on high because at this point I was left with about 15 minutes. I took my other pot, I put some cooking oil, and because my stove was on high, my onions were burning, literally, and I had nothing else to do because I had no choice. Well, I also wasn't complaining because it helped my onions get brown quicker, and no, they didn't burn. I added my curry powder and added my tomatoes after that. Then I mixed it all together. In the interim, I had to now start making my pap because at this point I was left with 10 minutes. And honestly, cooking pap is not a one-man job, guys. It's a 2-man job. So if you can independently cook pap on your own, I rate you've made it. So when I was done with the pap, I added my morogo. I couldn't cook all of it, the whole bunch, because I didn't have enough time to chop it all. So I just had to work with what I had at this point. So here's a trick I learned from my cousin last week. And to re-emphasize, it's a trick that I learned last week. So you might already know it, but I didn't. So once you've mixed up your pap, you set it to the side for a good 5 to 10 minutes. and you let it sit so that it thickens in consistency. Anyways, yeah, that was interesting for me and made me look forward to making pap again. There you saw me putting my meat into the Morogo, and that is how much time I had left. So I had to put back my pap into the stove. So I never switched off my stoves because I needed constant heat, because I didn't have enough time left for me to finish cooking. And if I at any point lowered the heat or switched off the stoves, I wouldn't have had enough time to let my food cook even after the electricity left. To my surprise, the Morogo was getting there, so I added a bit of water and this sishebo spice mix, just to give it a little bit of gravy and to allow it to simmer. Close it, and now we wait for the so it's loadshedding, and I don't know if you can hear in the background, but it's also raining. So I'm going to dish up and go watch a movie on Netflix. Need to remember to switch off all the lights in the house, because there's nothing more annoying than actually being woken up by lights turning back on when the electricity is back. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. And once my glasses are off as well. Once I'm done with that, I will dish up. Yeah, I have a power bank here. I don't know how much power it has, but hopefully enough to switch on the light ring so you guys can see me dish up, and then we'll take it from there. And then the Lord said, let there be lights in darkness. Look at that. This is the kind of bath that I like. This is the kind of consistency I need in my life. Ooh. Wait, Jill. 2-second rule. Let's do that again. I'm most probably going to add more beta tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie to you. How delicious does this look, guys? I'm so excited. Let me take. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this content.